Theme song, theme song, theme song, theme song. Da, 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 da. My name is Mauricio Rivera, and this is my dumbass opinion about everything. Welcome. It's been a minute, a few days, a week. I don't know. I've been trying to get my shit together. Um, this is a cry for help. This is not just a podcast today. This is a cry for help. We're back to the original setup because one person told me, hey man, I liked it when it was on SoundCloud. I don't really fuck with YouTube like that. I like just listening to it. And so if one person likes it like that, then fuck it. We got to rock with them too. So I'm recording for sound on SoundCloud and video for YouTube. And yeah, so back to my cry for help. Today we're going to be talking about happiness. As you notice, I have no notes because what notes do I have on happiness? How can I even start to write that shit down? You know what I mean? This all started because I was trying to figure out the point. Well, no, that's not why I started down this path. This episode is about this because I started trying to figure out the point of what I'm doing here. You know what I mean? It might be good. I don't know. You might enjoy it. People might enjoy it. But do I have a point? Or am I just adding to the fucking noise? Is this helping? Is this hurting? Is this just me yelling out my opinion? Or is this, is this a vanity project? What the fuck am I doing here? And I came back to, I'm trying to help us work towards happiness. That's what I want. That's the point of this. All of this philosophy is just to help us kind of not rationalize this existence, but understand it a little bit more so that as we indulge, we know what we're indulging in. And maybe through understanding, we can pull out some peace. And peace is a step on the path to happiness or some shit like that. So I'm talking, we talking, you say something in the comments or you think to yourself, it goes out into you, whatever the fuck. We're all just working through some shit. And my point is that I'm really trying to figure out if there's a formula for happiness. If we can figure out why we think how we think, and then we can start trimming away some of the fat and clearing out some of the noise from our perspectives, then we get that balance and that gets us close to a semblance of happiness. See, because in my opinion, I mean, I'm crazy. I've tried it all. I've tried drugs. I've been on drugs. I've been on psych meds, which are also just drugs. I've been isolated. I've been in the mix. I've completely indulged in this life experience and vices. I've completely separated myself from this life's experience and vices. And in my opinion, true happiness can only be attained through extreme detachment or extreme wealth. These are the only two situations where you can, I feel, live truly in the moment. If you are extremely detached or extremely wealthy. Because in these situations, your future nows are not affected by your now. If that makes any sense. So tomorrow is not affected by what you're sitting here doing today. So then you can really enjoy today, understand today, dissect today, be a part of today, because today doesn't have anything to do with tomorrow when you are completely detached or extremely wealthy. Um, when you're detached, every day is just, that now will be preserved in the future, so you can process it. When you're fucking rich as fuck, dude, you know tomorrow is gonna be like today. You know what I mean? You know that, like, in not in the sense that you're living the same exact day, but the outside world is not gonna fucking uh, capsize your boat that you're floating in. You know, but most of us, dare I say, almost all of us don't live in extreme detachment or extreme wealth. So is there no happiness for us because our moments, like right now, what I'm doing right now has an effect on tomorrow. You know what I mean? And the next day, I have to think about these things. I have to process this information. So I can't just kind of stare off into the clouds. I can't try to come to grips with the breaths we take and shit. I have to just see clouds, breathe, and keep it pushing because I got shit to do. You know what I mean? But is there no semblance of peace? Is there no happiness for those of us who can't live like that? See, because I can't live in extreme detachment because I have children. I can't impose that philosophy on them, right? I can't make it so that they have to live isolated in the woods with me with no peers, no friends, because daddy has figured out that, trust me, this is the way. You don't want shit. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want this shit in your life. You don't want these people in your life. You don't even want to turn on your fucking phone. I'm trying to tell you, I can't do that to them. Even if I think that that's, one of the more feasible paths to inner peace and happiness. Um, and, as much as I'd like to, I can't just make, extreme wealth materialize out of thin air. So what do? When I go through tunnels, I hold my breath and I wish for my children to be well adjusted, inner peace, and have inner peace and happiness. That's really what the equations boil down to, is mysticism. Holding my breath in fucking tunnels for their happiness. But on some real shit, like, we're here and we're breaking it down. We've talked about white women on Adderall attacking society, and we've talked about maybe we're doomed as a society, and we've talked about I don't know, we talked about a bunch of shit, but I think it's all just to try to get a perspective on these things so that we can outsmart them, so that we can outsmart the trivial bullshit and the lunacy of this existence, and we can try to be fucking happy. Because I'm not saying that there's gonna be an equation that works for all of us, right? That's not gonna happen. But maybe some tricks and some trap doors that works for all of us, outside of just the Buddha saying don't give a fuck about anything, because we already do. I'm already here. I'm fucked. I'm from LA. You know what I mean? So I've already seen it. It's impossible to go backwards. I'm tainted. You know what I mean? It's impossible for me to go backwards at this point. I know what the good shit tastes like. And so that's affecting all my decisions. You know what I mean? Too. It's fucking up my happiness, because every time I think, like, yeah, I'm happy with, just living up here. I live in Superior, Arizona. And I'm thinking, just I'm happy up here, man. This is cool. I got a house, I got land, I be hiking and shit. I smoke all day. Yeah, this is it, man. I got my kids up here. This is cool. As much as I'd like to think that that's okay, man, that's just it's not gonna work for me forever. Is that all I'm supposed to do? I don't think so. That's not happiness. See, so I'm tainted by the beach, by leather interior, by nice things. Where do I find my happiness? Sports. It's all been politicized and watered down and weirded out. I think that's it too, is that I can't run away from politics. I know that my happiness is buried under the ruins of news headlines too. I know that it's in there too. See, that's another thing. Like even my little outlets for happy, like I said, like football, uh, it's turned into a fucking freak show. So I don't even have that anymore. Um, and I know I need to get off the phone because all day I'm, you know, scrolling and I'm looking at shit that I absolutely can't stand. But I'm stuck there because I feel like detached if I'm not there because I do live in the middle of the mountains, so I don't do any socializing. So it's like I'm stuck on the goddamn phone scrolling through at shit I absolutely can't stand. Oh, the people for the SoundCloud people, I'm smoking my little dainty ass vape pen. Um, so that's why I sounded like that. But let me get a good pull now that everybody knows what's going on. Yeah, man. So I know I gotta stop doing that, right? But then how do I reconcile the feeling of disconnect? Like even with this, like I kind of feel like I'm adding to the noise, to your noise. But I do think that this might be helpful because at least I'm trying to get you happy. I'm not telling you to start a fucking business or something, or I'm not telling you to stop being fucking depressed. Do you know how many people out there wish they were you? You need to get up, get out, and get your shit together and get this fucking money. I'm not doing that. This is solely based on the thought process. I don't, I want you to have some money. I wish I was rich. If one of you motherfuckers knows how I can get rich, help me. How do we fake the numbers and shit like that so that I can bump myself up on the algorithm? Because, I'll take the skrill. I will take the easy way out. I do think that money, if you are a well adjusted person, I do think that money can buy happiness. I do. I think that if you know going in that this what you're doing with your money, then yeah, maybe it could buy me happiness for sure because it would get the world out of my way, and that would make me happy. It's a reduction of anxiety. That's what it is. See, that's why we do this. We figure shit out. Happiness for me is a reduction in anxiety. If I'm not anxious, I'm pretty happy. So yeah, it's money. Well, I guess that's not a fucking eureka moment. That's basically what I was already saying. Like yeah, anxiety is caused by attachment. Anxiety is caused by lack. So if you're extremely rich, you don't lack, and if you're extremely detached, you ain't attached. Duh. But I can't conclude that the only way that I'm gonna be happy is to be rich or off the grid. I can't. That's fucking crazy, right? No. No, 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 no. There's got to be something else. There's got to be something that I can do. Something that I can get off my mind. What can we do? What can we stop watching? Now, I know I probably am not going to be able to stop scrolling through Instagram. Maybe I can shift some of the accounts until I get my self control together. Maybe I can do some more of the fun accounts, the if you're high type of accounts, pretty shit. But the allure of that explore page, what is that about me? What is that about us that wants us to go seek out the ugly, to look for the car accident? Do you guys remember those faces of death? Uh, I'm 40. They were in high when I was in high school. They had these tapes called Faces of Death, and it was just it was just a video collection of people getting killed, and it was really popular um, with all of us. What's that shit about? There's so many pretty things. There's so many beautiful things available to us right there. What makes us go seek out the unhappy? You know, I can look at BuzzFeed. They're smiling like a motherfucker on BuzzFeed, but I think they're corny. You know, so like I call them corny, and it irritates me. I could watch them make uh, disgusting ass chicken to happy music. But I look at it and I'm like, but this is bullshit. This isn't the real shit. And then I flip over to go look at some craziness, some impeachment talk that doesn't matter. You know what I mean? And we've always done that. Most people. But there's some people out there, like you see them, those people that you go to a club and they're dancing by themselves, they're fucking feeling it. You know what I mean? It's always that kind of music. No, the jungle type music, like house, and they're alone. You know what I mean? Or you just see this happy white man. You know, he runs, he has Subaru and shit, and he just seems pretty happy. Are they fucking lying to me? Are they lying, or is that a thing? Are they really happy? Those people on BuzzFeed, are they really happy? Because I want in. I want to know how they shifted from the negative narrative that like I'm so in love with, that most of us are so in love with. The thing that takes us to the explore page. I don't go to the explore page to see like beautiful shit. I go to the explore page to see the bullshit. I don't go to Twitter to see about somebody's good day. And I want to hear somebody rage. So why am I sabotaging my own fucking happiness? What's going on? What's up with that? What's up with all of us with that path? You know, I don't know. It's a lot of things on my brain. Indulging. Would that make me happy? See, because I thought like creating a life of creation, that was going to make me happy. But like, then I get caught in this, do I want to create or do I want to partake in and help define what has already been created? Like, is there enough shit out there that I don't need to be adding my shit to it? See, every time I think I come up with this recipe for happy, I come up with a yang on why that shit ain't gonna work. So maybe I should be looking for balance instead of happiness. Maybe happiness is balance, and I just don't know that because I've never been all that balanced. I don't know. Now this is like my life's work, so don't be thinking like, man, this I'm not gonna stop until I figure out. This is my holy grail. Happiness is my holy grail. I'm gonna figure it out. If I can't have it, the kids will. But maybe it's being centered. Maybe that fucking bozo little smile or that person dancing, they're not necessarily happy. They're just centered. And so they're allowed to be in the moment. But there has to be some measure of security for you to be in the moment fully. Like, people can say that all they want, man, mindful meditation and shit like that. But man, if your brain is working on sustenance and housing and security and shit like that, man, it is fucking hard to enjoy a breeze. It's almost like, how can I use this breeze to my advantage? Or, I'm feeling good right now. How can I get some money with this? You know? Um, but I guess until I figure out the recipe, I do know that cutting out a lot of the clutter does make me feel better. And it seems to help other people feel better from what I read. Um, Cutting out the mental clutter. Because then I'm not stuck in judgment of the world all the time. You know? So I cut out a bunch of that shit I can't control. News stories. Stupid ass people on Instagram and Twitter. Then I can focus more on my actual moments that I can control. My energies and my attention aren't spread all over the place. Maybe that's it. Who knows? I don't. Anyways, I'm going to keep looking for happiness. I'm going to keep thinking about how I think. You keep thinking about how you think, why you think what you think, if what you think is chaotic to be thinking. And we're going to figure out together how to get centered, well adjusted, happy. We don't want to be bitter. We don't want to add to that. We're going to be happy. Okay? My name is Mauricio Rivera, and that's that. That threw me off. My name is Mauricio Rivera, and that was my dumbass opinion. Shit cut me off. Fuckers. Wait, am I done? Yeah, I guess so. Da, 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 da.